am laughing because I've got Lufun in the studio, and this guy just loves this club. It's amazing. After a big loss, he still wear their jersey with pride. That's what we want in football. Lufuno, a day before the kickoff of the big match against Mamelodi Sundowns, you gave me your starting 11. But it seemed like you and coach, you did not talk well. There are 2 players that were missing, so you got 9 out of 11.
Yeah, it was close. That also tells you that I understand and know my team.
No, you don't know, because the two of them you got wrong.
That's 80%, Chris. In 80% anywhere, you get an A. So I said to you when we had a discussion,
if you get 100%, you think you could have won the game?
Absolutely.
Okay, why?
Absolutely.
Okay, why?
The left back, Clanty, I said he mustn't start.
Yes.
The second goal came straight from him. He could have done better as an experienced player.
Wait, how come every Kaizer Chiefs supporter that I'm speaking to, they forgot about the first goal?
Well, I'm not really with the first goal.
Yes.
There was a mistake.
Okay.
But guess what? It happened in the first minute, meaning that nothing changed. Chiefs can still play the way they played. They got the crucial goal that they needed. It was 1-1. So means that the game will either go to penalties or one goal from Chiefs is advantage Chiefs. Then Sundowns must score 2 goals.
Yes.
So as I said to you the last time, I said Chiefs don't need to win this game to proceed.
No, that we know. That's a cup game.
Yes.
So left hand side, that's where the goal came from, because Kante played.
100%. If you check,
who did you have there in your starting 11?
I had Dove.
Dove.
Yes, which he played the second round, second 45 minutes.
Yes, and then the game changed.
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
I did not see a big change. Well, I know Kaizer Chiefs fan, you don't like Kante. And personally for me, it is not a football reason. It is your perception of him. And you never ask your coach in the post-press conference, what is his role? Because
let's talk football with Kante. Let's look at Kante and talk football.
What do you think is his role?
Okay. I don't see his role, because as a left back, no, listen to me. But listen to me. When you're a left back, you either a very good defender, you are a very defensively sound.
Which is not, according to you.
Which is not.
According to you.
According to me.
Okay.
Or you become a very offensive left back.
Okay.
So he's not either of the two. So you don't know what he offers the team.
Okay.
Somebody says he's there to actually give throw-ins and all.
No. We are here to talk about football, not those gossip.
100%.
Football.
Yes.
So, Clancy, when you look at him in the way Chiefs is set up currently, you don't see his role.
Well, I don't see his role, and I'll tell you why, Chris.
No. I'm not doubting you. What I'm saying is, if you're listening to us, actually you are listening to us, we would like you to comment and send us what you think Clancy's role is in the current Kaizer Chiefs setup. The second change, it was from the right-hand side, which is the attacking. Who did you have in the starting? Saile. And who did the coach put?
They actually started with what do you call it?
Potsani started in that position.
Yes.
So when you look at the setup, you are saying to me, you've never been in the change room, by the way, that the coach does not know his job.
I'm not saying that.
Okay, what are you saying?
I'm saying that the coach made an error on who should start it. He might have his own plans. But as I know Kaizer Chiefs, I told you how Chiefs should approach the game.
With what you just said?
Yes.
That your coach does not know his job.
I'm not saying he doesn't know his job. I said he might have made a mistake, Chris.
Okay.
He might have made a mistake. By the way...
That is the reason why he changed it in the halftime.
Absolutely. And did you see what happened when Saile came in? The forceful runs, the chances that he created for Dupreez, a clear-cut chance. He bulldozed Tebogo Mokoena, one of the defensive midfielders in South Africa. Oh, by the way, the best player in South Africa as per last season, right? He passed him that he was like he's not there. He brings in pace.
I like how your face is glowing when you talk about how good Kaizer Chiefs was, even though
they were good. Believe me, they were good. And I'll tell you, check how many yellow cards Sundowns players got on that day. They were good.
Did this performance brought some kind of a hope to Kaizer Chiefs fraternity. You call them yourself co-nation.
Let's go back to the last.
It's
Me and you, we had a discussion. Me and you,
saying.
we had a discussion about Kaizer Chiefs, and I said to you, the game against Royal AM,
Yes,
they didn't score, and we all agreed.
it is a better
But the positive football they played, how they exerted themselves on the field against SuperSport, same thing. They just misses chances against Sundowns. The way, the consistency of how they played in the last 3 games, you could see that Kaizer Chiefs wants to win. They're playing positive football.
You're seeing signs that the process is working.
100%. Ntseki might not be loved by supporters, but you need to dip in and dive in to understand what he's trying to do. You know, when you talk about a coach, one of the easy things to identify to a coach is when a coach improves players.
Yeah.
When a coach, when he's giving players a chance, you start to see a player becoming better than what he was before the coach arrives. Then you can start saying there is coaching that is happening. And the good reference is Matro. He's not loved by Kaizer Chiefs supporters. But for me, he was man of the match against Sundowns.
You know what I'm checking here?
Yeah.
I'm checking the talks around. It seems like all of you are against Kaizer Chiefs' purchase of your Colombian striker. Am I getting it right?
From what I've gathered, yes.
Okay.
My view is that he's been rushed into that position. Yes, he's been rushed. So sometimes you can break or make the player. Kaizer Chiefs is a very big team. Expectations are too
Do
high.
you know fans are often better than the technical team?
I know, and they might be right.
And there is no fan who has won a league or a cup.
But they might be right because they know their team. They watch their football.
Okay, let me put you in front of everybody here.
Yes.
When was the last time you went to see Kaizer Chiefs training?
Well, it's a very long time.
Exactly. So you don't see them training. How do you believe that you know Kaizer Chiefs better than the coach?
So players are only able to be judged by supporters on the field of play.
Yes.
We don't have that setup in South Africa where coaching, where supporters are invited to go and watch the team when they train. But all I'm saying, when a player has been given an opportunity to play, and if you are a football person, it takes 45 minutes. One touch, you can see this is a player. You don't need a full game to see that Castillo is a quality player. You don't need that. You know, when I saw Saile when he started the Chiefs, I could see the guy. He's a footballer. The problem is that, you know, with Chiefs supporters are very demanding. And when no, I promise you, they're demanding. When you don't score,
why are you demanding?
You know, the pressure of not winning.
The
pressure of not winning a trophy in a long time. It really puts unnecessary pressure to the players to deliver.
Okay.
You know, so that's why.
Oh, so you meant the pain of not winning a trophy in 10 years?
The pressure, not the pain, Chris. The pressure. We're not gonna go there in terms of the pain. Let's go and talk about the pressure. Yes.
So I'm looking here just quickly. Your coach made 5 changes. The first change, it was in the 46th minute, taking Clancy out and bringing Edil Sondove in. The second change, he made it in the 60th minute, which is 58, bringing Sele in and Modi went out.
So he's agreeing with me, you see.
The third change, it came just after Sele coming in and bringing in Gonzalez. So you are saying Gonzalez is supposed not to play. So he's supposed to leave Ponsane in and play with Siale in that position.
You should have put in Chabalala in and then leave Dupreez as a 9.
Yeah.
As I told you before, he's super fast. He can exploit spaces behind defenders.
Let me look at here.
Yeah.
Dupreez, if you look at everything that happened, he was your man of the match. He scored 7.6. That is great for a player. It's actually the highest score. 75% pass completed, 9 of 12. And he has 25% of crosses. I don't understand why he went wide for him to cross those balls to whom. I don't know. But dribbling, he got 100% because he only had 1 dribble. So it looks like he had a solid game.
He did.
Was this Kaizer Chiefs, the difference between this Kaizer Chiefs and the Kaizer Chiefs that played against Mamelodi Sundowns on the first leg, was it for players' performance or mental?
I think it was both. When Sundowns scored that early goal, and I tried to look at
This is the second game.
The second game.
Yeah.
I tried to look at the faces of a couple of players.
Yeah.
And you can see they chinned up. They knew that they are there to fight.
Yeah.
How Kaizer Chiefs pressed Sundowns,
Because they were scared that he might get to 4-0 again.
it was not going to happen.
No, they thought so.
Well, if they thought so, they would have crumbled. They didn't. The way Kaizer Chiefs pressed Sundowns, the way Sundowns normally set the press to other teams, you go and look at how Chiefs was actually winning the balls when they were setting a trap to Sundowns.
Now he looks at me because the priest was all often very, very close. You have Modi comes in, so they did not allow the goalkeeper to play the ball back. They have to go in the middle. Castillo comes almost in that area, so they make the room very, very small for them to go in. That is well played. Is this what we will see in the next Kaizer Chiefs game?
Chris, the consistency of the last 3 games,
Yeah.
if they continue with it,
But the consistency did not bring you any win in those last 3 games. That is dangerous. You can.
performance.
But you told me during the off-season you don't care about performance, you care about the result.
Yeah, Chris, it's part of both, you know. As I said, preseason, it's got nothing to do with result. For me, I think it's about trying the combinations and try which player can play where, and, you know, finding your
And then now
your
it's
balance.
about result.
Of course, it's about result.
But the
When
3
you
games
go-
that you play, you did not get result.
I agree with you, but we showed the hunger, the zeal to win.
Okay.
You know,
We're going to talk about these midweek games, but before we go there, we have to touch on, according to you and your family, which I mean the Coast Nation, why Kaizer Chiefs lost. I am saying Kaizer Chiefs are not in the final because they lost 2-1. What are you saying?
I'm saying Kaizer Chiefs is not in the final because of poor officiating. That's all I'm saying. 2 easy penalties that Chiefs should have got, and then it was not meant to be. By the way, the first goal of Sundowns should not have been a goal. So the loss of the game was not applied.
When is goal a goal?
When the referee says so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When is a penalty a penalty?
When the referee says so.
Good.
Yeah. That
So-
is but as per football rules.
Yes.
The referee's
Do you
decision
want
is
to change
final.
the football rule that Kaizer Chiefs lost 2-1, but because Mamelodi Sundowns scored 2 goals and you scored 1?
But VAR changes it. VAR changes. They say that's not a goal or that is a penalty. We just
Do we have
happen
VAR?
we just happen not to
We have VAR.
No, South Africa, we don't want to progress.
Tell me something.
Yes.
As a Kaizer Chiefs fan, the way you are talking, it looks like your team is doing well and going fine. Why from Saturday until today, before you play this big game in a midweek, the conversation I'm listening to or reading, there is nothing about your performance. Everything is about the referee.
Just because the performance of the team was there. So we can't talk about the obvious. I think
No.
for the first time,
obvious. He lost
for the
2-1.
first time,
lost 2-1.
Sundowns was in trouble.
No. Sundowns is in the final. Can you forget about Sundowns? Let's talk about Chiefs.
They're in the final.
Yes.
We're not going to take
You're in
that away
trouble
from.
because you might finish again this season without a trophy.
Well, I don't believe so. I think Chiefs will win a trophy this year.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So let's stay in that. Why aren't you talking about the performance? Let me give you my point. I've watched Kaizer Chiefs play from the beginning of the season until now. The way Kaizer Chiefs plays on Saturday, it's above every single performance so far. If I have to keep the coach, I will keep the coach because of the performance of Kaizer Chiefs. I like the way they pressed. I like the way they came back after being 10 seconds down against the team that is dominating the country for so long. That attitude for me is a winning attitude. That's what I would have talked about. Why are we talking about something we have no control over and we cannot change? It's because we can't accept that we lost?
No, I've accepted that we have
No,
lost.
it's good. I like
I've accepted.
I like that.
And I can tell you, besides those 2 goals that Sundowns scored, which other shot on target did they have?
But that is a football. You don't need 5 shots. You need 2 shots. You need 1, but you have to score more than the opponent, and they scored 2.
Hence, I'm saying that Chiefs nullified any other threat that actually Sundowns have. Kaizer Chiefs played very well.
No doubt.
Yes.
No, they played well. Can we say Kaizer Chiefs now has the material that you need for you to go forward?
Well, they've got the players. They've got the resources. They still have a lot of good players that are still in the injury list, which when they are fit will actually bring the needed depth in that particular team.
Yeah.
As I said, you still have the Dolly, highly experienced. You still have Ngobo that is still injured. So you have a bit of depth.
How come you did not say billiards?
Who's that?
Oh, okay, cool. I'm going no fair. So I would like you, because in Fut-Afrique we like being fair.
Yeah.
Look at the Kaizer Chiefs nation and tell them about your club this season, where you predict them to be by Christmas. They're there.
Okay, Kaizer Chiefs family. From what I've witnessed, and in terms of what the coach Mlife is doing, the work that he's really putting on, he's not a fashionable guy.
Yeah.
But you could see there's a structure in the team. And there is a bit of positivity on how Kaizer Chiefs play. And I'm talking about if you look at where we're coming from. And my prediction, a league is a marathon. So it's not an issue about position, but I think we'll really put ourselves in a very, very good position to challenge for Champions League spot.
Okay, so Kaizer Chiefs, forget about winning the league. You are playing for number 2.
Champions League spot means number 1 or number 2.
So
that is the only 2 position that qualifies you for Champions League. It's number 1 or number 2.
We won't change.
Yeah.
We're going to have some water.
Yeah.
And then we will stay here. But this, you're going to watch it much later, just before the kickoff of your game this weekend. We'll talk about midweek games. Lufuno, you are always on spot. So I love the way you talk about Kaizer Chiefs. So don't go away. Fut-Afrique channel is here. Subscribe, follow us for you not to miss anything.